You're watching Cinema Jaw. I'm Matt Kay.
I'm Raya, the movie guy, and this is our review of Raya and the Last Dragon, the latest Disney animated feature directed by Carlos Lopez Estrada and Don Hall.
The movie opens up with a legend of the dragons who saved the world from the Drunes in the land of Kumandra. Since the defeat of the Drune, the people of the land have saved the last bit of dragon magic in a dragon gem that is guarded by the Heart. There are these 5 factions of people in the land of Kumandra that have split off, and now each tribe is kind of warring with each other, but the leader of the Heart calls them all together for one last-ditch attempt at unity. Of course, this doesn't work, and the tribe's divisions just become stronger. Raya, who's the daughter of the chief of the Heart, has to set out on an adventure to recollect all the dragon gems and hopefully save the world. Along the way, she assembles a ragtag group of friends from each one of the lands, including a baby and monkeys, a giant guy swinging an axe, a kid captain, and others, including a dragon voiced by Awkwafina.
Let's start right there. Awkwafina. I joked when I came out of this movie, I'm going to get a petition going that Awkwafina should be in every animated movie going forward. I loved her in here.
Awkwafina is great. She really is. The entire voice cast was pretty darn spot on.
The theme of unity, trust, and bringing people back together is the #1 highlight and where I want to start when talking about Raya and the Last Dragon, because I think it is the theme we need, and I'm talking both politically and also coming out of isolation, a year of 2020 where we weren't amongst friends. And you feel it in Raya, the Last Dragon, that people are coming together in the movie. I loved it.
That's certainly what they're going for here. And I think for the most part, they did achieve that. It has this emotional weight of the unity message at the end, and that came across. There's also some really great, surprisingly good kung fu choreography and action sequences with the martial arts fighting, which I found rather unexpected from a Disney film.
I agree. And that animation that they used throughout this movie is just gorgeous to look at. From the dragon and the hair, right? Remember when Pixar got such a bad rap for the hair in Brave? That big red flowing hair. We have it here again. It's a purple bluish color that Awkwafina, once she is able to change into human form, sports. And I loved it. I thought the look of all the characters were great. The world building that they do here is fantastic. Even the weapons. There is a sword that Raya uses that is almost like a hook shot from the Zelda games. It's like a grappling hook. Love that touch. The hat that Raya wears, everything about it looked gorgeous on screen.
Yeah, they did some really good choices by keeping the world very contained. The story is it's easy to wrap your heads around. I think kids will really enjoy this, and parents will as well. The animation, like Ryan was saying, is just mind-blowing, especially the water. There's scenes where you look at the water. I thought what they did in Frozen 2, the water looked amazing, but here they've amped it up even more. In fact, if anything, it almost feels like they had to dial it back a bit on the characters to make them look more cartoonish and less realistic, because the environments and everything in the film is just so real.
And you talked about how Raya gets this ragtag of group. I like to say they're a motley group of people that she surrounds herself with. They were such fun characters that I wanted to spend more time with them. That's always a good sign. And it, of course, comes up in an emotional twist at the end there that really tugged at my heartstrings. So I think even from an emotional level, I was moved by Raya.
All right, let's talk about some of the shortcomings of this film, because it's not a perfect movie. I found some of the beats to be somewhat predictable. This is kind of forgivable for a kid's film, but I saw where this was going almost from the beginning, and maybe that's okay. Like I said, it is a kid's movie by and large, but you compare it to a movie like Moana, and I didn't always know where that one was going to go, and I think that's what made it so special. Another thing, and I'm not sure if this is a positive or negative, so I'll pose the question to you a little bit. This is not a musical, and I don't know if it suffers because of that or if I liked it better because of that. It's just something to note. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I was okay with no music. I think that sometimes in a Disney movie they cram music in when it doesn't need it. So I was okay with sans music here. It was fine. One complaint I would have, and this is a minor one, is early on when they have this dragon gem, they make it sound like they're hiding it, but when they actually go to show where they're storing the dragon gem. It's in basically a temple on their land. I think if invaders were coming to this land to get the dragon gem, they would know exactly where they were looking.
Well, they do make a show, and this is right in the trailer, of how well guarded it is with traps and such, and the dad of Raya, who's kind of the leader of the village, is like the guardian of the gem. But I agree, it's kind of not exactly hidden. It's not a secret.
For me, one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when Raya's father has to sacrifice himself in a way to let Raya escape and still try to bring the gem together. I love that entire sequence in the movie. It was probably the highlight for me.
I think a highlight for me would have to be when Sisu, the dragon, finally gets into water. She's made these points of how much she loves water. She's a water dragon, and she makes a boat go, and it's a sort of triumphant movie. It keeps returning back to the theme of water, which may be a bit of an environmental message there. Most movies, when you see rain, it's kind of a sad note. In Raya and the Last Dragon, rain is a very happy thing, and I think that was an interesting choice by the filmmakers.
Overall, Raya and the Last Dragon, I think, is great entertainment for the entire family. I know you were able to watch it with your son. He liked it as well, right?
He did. In fact, it was him that made that drew that connection with rain being happy in this movie. So yeah, he enjoyed it. 13-year-old. So take that as you will. I think I have a younger son I'm going to show this one to, and I have no doubt that he will love it as well.
So we like to do movie parents every once in a while. For Raya and the Last Dragon, I have a great mashup of movies. If this movie had parents, it would be The Warriors and How to Train Your Dragon.
The Warriors? I see How to Train Your Dragon, but where's Warriors?
Well, The Warriors comes in the fact that there's the different tribes in Raya and the Last Dragon. It reminded me very much of the different gangs in The Warriors, such as the Baseball Furies.
I like it, Ryan. All right. My movie parents for Raya and the Last Dragon would be Moana, and Marvel's Infinity War. I think it's got a lot in common with that, surprisingly. There's these 5 gems that they're chasing down. Characters turn to stone, which is kind of similar to the snap and everybody floating away. And 5 years go by, too. Not to give too much away. That's not a spoiler, really. So there you go.
Well, it's only March, but I will go on record as Raya and the Last Dragon is my favorite movie of the year so far. I'm giving it 4 Jaws.
I'm not quite as high as he is on Raya and the Last Dragon, but I did really enjoy it, too. I will give it 3 Jaws out of 4. So that's our review of Raya and the Last Dragon. Check back here for new videos every week. We've been doing a lot of animations. If you like this, please leave a comment and drop a like on it, and appreciate your time. Until next week, I'm Matt Kay.
I'm Ryan the Movie Guy.
And keep on jawing about the movies.